We are live. Let's see. I think, yep, it looks like we are good. Already got some people here. That is awesome. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you had a good start to the week. And I guess we can get right into it. So, welcome to Someone's Happy Hour. Today's, what day is it? November 16th, episode 47. We've got an awesome show in store for you guys. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the trip we just went on, the week I spent with at Tyler's place, at Tyler and Nancy's place out in Denver. Got to finally meet the man, the myth, the legend, Enzo. So that was great. So we'll talk a little bit about that and get into our segments and wrap it up with a 5v5, very appropriate, coming up with the holiday of best Thanksgiving foods. So that'll be
Yeah.
exciting.
We hope you guys enjoyed a week without us. We hope
Yes.
that a lot of maybe you guys have caught up on work, maybe you guys are falling behind on work, but who cares? The holidays are coming up. We can start putting our gear into low gear and start chilling out and
Yeah.
having some fun with family and friends and some good food, some good times ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because, like, especially like when you're in like corporate jobs, I feel like once you hit this Thanksgiving time period, things start to slow down. Or I feel like everything's like everyone's rushing to get things done. So like right now it's chaos, but like
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving, beginning of December, it's like most people are like, well, this sounds like a 2022 problem. So that's kind
Yeah.
of nice. But yeah, no, I guess we can get started, go with the morning stand up. But I guess really quick, one thing I want to say before we do, definitely for our Ask Us Anything segment, I don't think we have any questions yet in there. So please feel free to send us those. You can either, obviously, you can send them the normal way, DM us on Twitter or Instagram, but obviously you can also just throw stuff in the YouTube chat and we'll answer those at the end of the episode. But I guess for starters, we'll get into our stand ups. So, Tyler, what do you got?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pretty much my stand up is probably what a lot of people that may be live with us maybe already be knowing is the Pacific Northwest trip that we just had to Seattle and Portland. One thing I was really excited that I'll probably mention here is I got to see my cousin, which I saw at a wedding a few months ago, but previously before that, haven't seen him in a long time. So it's great catching up with him. Always a blast. And then, of course, having this week of past work, catching back up after vacation is always not so fun, but you kind of get used to all the emails after a while. And then having you here was fun too, to some good places. And got to put for those you don't know, I have like an Excel sheet labeled and colorized for different places to go out to for different various reasons. So I got to put that to the test. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Enzo's been pissing me off lately, and that'll probably come up in my 4 p.m. meeting of the week. But he's been doing good with his classes, and Nancy and I think he's the shining star of the class. So
Hell
hopefully
yeah.
valedictorian, but
That's
we'll
what we
see.
like to hear. Do they give out like awards for this class? Is that something like at the end it's like gold
I
star?
actually don't know. They do have like a little graduation thing, but I don't know if
That's
there's.
fucking adorable. Do they get little caps and stuff? They'd probably hate that
I
though.
hope so. Enzo will probably eat it, but I tried putting a beanie on him today, and was having none of that.
Oh
So
yeah. I will say, and I know I told you this morning, when you sent me a picture of him, but dude, I fucking miss Enzo. Like that was one thing where, so you guys, for those of you listening who maybe have not visited Tyler and Nancy yet, they have a 2 bedroom place. So I was just chilling in the other guest bedroom, and every morning when I came out, because like Tuesday to Friday, I was working from home as we all were. And so I came out, opened the door, and that man was like fucking ready to go. Like he just greets you at the door. And he's just
he's
all
a
fucking
good
hype.
hype man in the
Oh
morning.
yeah, oh yeah, gets you ready for the workday. And I fucking missed that. I was like, damn, I don't have that. I got to be my own hype man now. I'll look like in the mirror and be like, you got this, and I just can't do
Yeah,
that. So
you got to jump up and down.
yeah,
Someone has to be
exactly.
jumping in the apartment.
Definitely has accelerated. Like I know eventually I want a dog, but this has definitely like accelerated that thought process a little bit. Where I'm like, damn, I really want a dog. Like, yeah. So we'll,
Yeah,
we'll see. But
yeah,
definitely something on the radar soon. But anyways, so obviously, yeah, Pacific Northwest. Won't get too much into that since we'll talk about that in a bit. Had a good time. Great to just kind of disconnect from work for a few days. And then, yeah, got back. Denver was a lot of fun. We'll talk about that, so don't want to get too much into that. But what I will say is my days have been pretty crazy in like, what, 3 days since I flew back from Denver on Saturday. So, one, my flight got delayed on Saturday, which fucking sucked. So I was just chilling at the Denver airport. Oh, dude, I could have. Maybe that could. No, I don't know. Anyways, I could talk about that later. But anyway, so flight got delayed, Denver, whatever that was that day. Come back the next day, Sunday, and
Yeah, but you got bumped up to first class though.
yeah,
That's
no,
the
that's
thing.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
I can. I'm trying to decide if I could talk about this now. So, kind of a little tangent because yeah, so I got bumped up to first class, which was wild. And in this first class experience, which I've sat first class before, just getting complimentary upgrades, which is super nice. But like usually it's just like you get a nicer chair, maybe you're sitting next to someone, whatever. Like this, for whatever reason, was like an international flight. Like this was a huge. Like I had to triple check my destination like 3 or 4 times and just be like, okay, just making sure I'm going to Chicago. Because like this had its own like cube. Like it didn't even feel like I was sitting next to anyone. I had way too much leg room. I had a cubby that I could just put extra stuff. Like I didn't even have enough stuff to do that. I brought fucking Cheez-Its and like a water bottle because I was like, oh, dude, I could smack some Cheez-Its right now. I probably looked like a fucking idiot because all these other people are coming on like all dressed nice and stuff. And I'm just showing up there in like a hoodie and sweatpants. I'm like, got my Cheez-Its, sit in my seat.
Or you
And
look like a billionaire.
maybe. Um, but not only that, I'd say the funniest part was so they come around, and if you're in first class, they give you complimentary drinks and food and all that fun stuff. And so I was like fully ready. I was like, she comes by. I was like, hey, what kind of beer you got? Shout out Emma, and I believe this is Nancy's favorite as well. I got a Michelob Ultra. So that's what I went with. And so I was good with beer. And then I'm expecting her to be like, oh, what kind of snacks would you like? Because when you're in first class, they usually give you like nicer snacks. Like I think previously, like they might give you like Oreos, and they might give you like almost like what would make up like a charcuterie board. Like it's super nice. But what's funny is they came by and were like, what would you like for dinner? And I was just so like taken aback. I'm like, this is a 2.5 hour flight. Like, why are we having dinner? But yeah, had dinner on that. That was wild. Was planning on saying like I guess I'd never even really thought about talking about this on here. That was just a wild experience. Definitely thought I was just not going to be in Chicago, so that was weird. But made it, and then since being back, I got to see Bert Kreischer live, which was a awesome stand-up show. I got to see with Carter. That was on Sunday, and then I was in the Burbs Sunday through Tuesday. So I guess today's Tuesday. So I was there because I had to work in the office out in Lake County, and I'm back in Chicago for a day, and then I'm flying out to Vegas Thursday morning, which will be a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to that. Just a little crazy because, yeah, I'm just constantly being in different locations, but it's been fun. It's been wild. It's been a kind of a whirlwind, but overall can't complain. Especially the first class thing.
Dude.
Like I know, like I was like, oh geez, but it was more so just like taken aback. I felt like an idiot. Like I just didn't realize that we were doing dinner, and then she comes and I have my fucking bag of Cheez-Its, which probably made it look stupider. I was like, as if I should have like.
No, don't worry. I brought my own dinner.
I'd be like, yeah, I got my Cheez-Its. I'm good. So that was just funny. But yeah, I guess we can probably get into our main topic, which is talking about what the last like week and a half, basically. Kind of what we did. We did a lot of fun stuff. Got to go to a lot of cool places, and then obviously spent an extra week out in Denver. But I guess we can get started with Pacific Northwest and Seattle, Portland. So I guess we were in Seattle for what, 3 days total? We did Wednesday, Thursday, half of Friday, and then we did half a Sunday, half a Monday. So whatever that math is, 3.5 days in Seattle.
Yeah, I'd say we like left pretty not early. We like woke up and like left.
Yeah. What
Friday.
would you, if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? I was gonna say something. Yeah, fuck it. I would say 1 being St. Louis, 10 being that was obviously shot St. Louis, but 1 being that it's not great, 10 being it's the best city in the world. Where are you at?
Oh, I don't know.
I
It's
just
actually really
threw that out
tough.
there. I don't even know what I'd give it. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. Because I did enjoy. We're talking about Seattle first, right? Seattle,
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, we could do Seattle first.
I did really enjoy the landscaping, the
It's like,
fucking
they were just
landscape.
killing it
Yeah,
with
dude, the flowers
the
there,
flowers,
nuts,
the
out of my mind.
trees,
I did
cut grass.
enjoy the downtown area. I think the marketplace was very cool. I could see it like I don't know. As a tourist, it all seemed very cool. Like I definitely there was no like pain points. I mean, I guess like it rains a lot, but like that coming into it, so it's not like I don't know. I guess I'd have to live there for a few months and be like, okay, dude, this rain can
Hmm.
take a little break now. But I don't know, dude. Probably like a solid five.
Really, that's a lot lower
Yeah.
than I would have thought. Like,
Well, it's just to me, it's just like a good city. Maybe a six, I guess, a
okay,
little
I guess
above
for
average.
reference, what would you give if you could think of it? What would you give Denver?
Probably like see, and this is where I feel like I'm a hard critic. Because now when you said 10 is the best city in the
Okay,
world, I'm like,
sorry.
well,
Maybe that
I've
was
never been to a 10. So I'm like
okay.
trying
Okay,
to think of like,
so 10. Maybe that was I shouldn't have said that. Like, I guess just your enjoyment, like scale 1 to 10. It doesn't have to. 10 doesn't have to. I mean, 10 would be the I guess the best city ever, but I don't know how
it's
to.
all relative. It's all
Yeah, but I was
relative.
just
But
like,
no, I would say I enjoyed my time there, but to like, and I haven't lived much time in Denver either. So
yeah,
like, it's hard to like really say, you know, one is better than the other. I think they're very similar, which I like both of them more than Chicago and Midwest cities, I would say,
hmm,
just because like I have found a very like a likeness for the nature scene.
yeah, absolutely.
Very
And you
much
don't get
enjoy
that in
that.
the
We didn't
Midwest.
get we didn't get some time to go, unfortunately, to see like nature, and of course it was raining and cold, so like you know we didn't really have the gear or anything. We probably could have done it, but we didn't get to experience that. But yeah, to me they're kind of right in line with each other. They're like the same vibe, very hipstery, very focused on nature, very focused on like coffee, beer,
Oh yeah,
that kind of vibe. So we'll see. I think I'd want to experience Denver in winter and Seattle in summer to really give a good
that's
judgment
true. That's a good point.
because I know it doesn't snow much, or at least from what I've heard, it doesn't snow much in Seattle because of the coast, and then I hear it snows quite a bit here in Denver. So, but we haven't had any, which is weird.
That is weird considering, like, literally when I got out of O'Hare on Saturday, there were fucking flurries, and I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah,
Okay, see, oh wait, so Emma just gave her rating in the chat, and I'd have to say I probably agree with that. A solid 7. I would say I'd give it at like a 7. It's definitely somewhere where I could definitely see myself wanting to live. It's a cool area. I think the biggest thing would be the rain piece, but I do feel like I don't know. It's not like I mean when we were looking at it, it's nice because obviously everyone like when you think of Seattle, you're like, oh my gosh, it always rains. But like in terms of like actual precipitation, it's not like it's I think it was even under the national average from what we saw or something like
yeah,
that. Which is pretty crazy considering that's like what everyone connotates with Seattle. So I really liked it. I think it's really cool that it has, like you said, you mentioned the market, pretty cool downtown area, a lot of fun stuff to do. It's also got obviously University of Washington like right next to it, which is awesome. You've got what else? You are obviously, like you mentioned, surrounded by nature. You're also really close to the bay, not far from the ocean, like things like that, which is really nice. So that was really cool. That was something I missed from when I was out in San Francisco. Like it was really cool to be like obviously we didn't really go out to the coast, but it's one of those things where it is kind of cool to have something so close to you in that respect. Because I remember one time, like when I was in San Francisco, like on a random Sunday, I could just be like, oh yeah, I just want to go to the ocean, and I could just drive 45 minutes west, and I'm at the ocean. I was like, this is freaking awesome. So like,
yeah.
obviously, it's not necessarily as warm up there all the time as it is in California, but it's still really cool to just have that like right
Yeah,
there.
I would agree. Like Kyle mentioned the Space Needle here, and like Seattle's really good with like tourism. I would
Oh
say
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the Space Needle, the market, like they have sports teams, and then of course they have like the coast and like where you could
Yeah.
even like get close to it and not to be like that far out to like get to these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. My overall like experience of it was probably like a 7 or an 8, but like
Yeah.
rating the city compared to other cities, it's like, I don't know. To me, it's just like another West Coast city, which I mean, I prefer.
Yeah.
But like, if we're, we're judging cities here,
Yeah.
West Coast probably has my favoritism. So that'd be like a 6 or a 7, like a
Yeah.
little above average.
Yeah. I just think it's so cool. Like when you go out to the West Coast, you have this cool blend of like you have the downtown part. And obviously I have that right now being in Chicago, which is great and it's awesome. But it's like, what do I have? Like from a nature perspective, you don't really get the same thing. Like I could go east and it's like, okay, you have all of Lake Michigan and that's great. But like otherwise you really don't have like, I don't know, the cool like mountains or hiking spots or anything like that out here. Like you just don't. So it's so cool that you have all of that when you go out west, and it's just like you could just be walking around the city and you see mountains in the background, and like that was so cool. And like that was something I definitely, again, when I was out in California, that was so cool to me, and I missed that. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
think that may be a difference too for me. Like now seeing the mount, like compared to St. Louis and Chicago, now that I'm at Denver and like I do have mountains whenever I want,
yeah, that it's
hypothetically.
like it
So it's
almost is
like,
like second nature to you. Like you're just like,
yeah, like so like the mountains weren't like for me, it's like cool landscape. I do agree with that. And like cool like mountains are cool everywhere. But the coast and like the closeness to that, like the bay and everything, like that body of water is like
oh yeah.
to me what gives it like a little bit extra.
Oh yeah, and I guess so. Well, like you talked to tourism earlier. I know Kyle in the chat mentioned Space Needle and the gum wall. First
Yeah, in
off,
case you need a
the,
piece of gum.
yeah, the first thing with the gum wall is that's fucking disgusting. I don't think any of us contributed to the gum wall. We did not put any gum on there. The
Speak for
gross thing
yourself.
was
No, I'm just kidding.
the gross thing is that there's gum that like hangs, and I
Since it's
also
rainy all the
noticed
time there.
yeah, and I also noticed like, and I know you pointed this out, is not only that, but it's also the fact that there's somewhere you can still see like liquid, and I'm hoping that's
Yeah.
fucking rain, and I'm hoping that's
Yeah,
rain,
I'm
not
sure.
someone just put a fucking nice like little like it's all their fucking saliva just chilling there because they just put it on. But that was fucking
Yeah.
gross, and it's like we were joking, we're like that's literally where COVID started. Like that was fucking disgusting.
Ground zero.
But yeah, so the gum wall was cool. Space Needle, I fucking hated. It was cool when you got up way to the top and you had a cool view. It was windy as shit outside. It was fucking wild. And Tyler didn't even go outside for probably fairly good reason because
Oh, dude, I'm a
basically,
bitch. So
no.
that's the reason.
I'm saying for fair reason because basically they have like a limit where if it reaches a certain miles per hour, like the wind, they won't let people go out onto like the whatever the observation deck, whatever they call it outside. And the guy who, as we're going up in the elevator, is like, "Oh, you guys are lucky. It fell just below the threshold. Like you can go outside." And I'm just like, "Okay, but like, it just like who's to say it doesn't go back up like 5 miles per hour? Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna know?"
I'm
Like,
sure
nobody-
there's like some scientific
yeah,
thought
I
taken
mean,
into account where like even if they're above the threshold, there's still like
but
another.
it's still like I'm like, damn, like I don't know, 5 miles per hour difference, and that's how much of a difference is that really? And you're saying one not safe for people outside, the other completely safe, no worries. So it's like,
Yeah.
but honestly, that part was fine. I didn't have an issue with that. The part I hated was on their like next floor below. They had a revolving floor, which in theory they probably were like, oh, this is such a cool idea. You can like get a rotating view of all of Seattle. You can see the bay, you can see the city. It was all great and all that stuff. But Jesus Christ, was I like nauseous. And I know all of us were feeling this. I think most of us are feeling this, but I just remember like it'd be one of those things where I'd have to like distract myself and like like I think I got wine there, so like drink the wine or just like think about literally anything else to like not realize the fact that we were spinning, because that was terrible. And like it'd be so bad because I know Emma was feeling it as well. And it was so bad because the second I would forget about it, she would just be like, "Oh my gosh, this is so bad." And then I immediately think about it, and it's just this constant spiral of just like trying to be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, we need to get out of
You
here."
could-
And it was just bad.
Yeah. Plus, you could also feel the sway while you're up there. You can feel the thing like move a little bit, especially when you're sitting down. I feel like you're more likely to feel it because we were able to get a beer up there. So we were like all decided to sit down on the top part and like have a beer and with the
Yeah.
view. And it was really nice. I really did enjoy that part of it when my anxiety wasn't peaking.
Yeah, exactly.
But there'd be times where like Emma would be like looking over and then freak me out. I'm like, oh no, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's
with
like,
I'd feel it too, and I'd like look over and like, oh, dude, it just like feels weird because you're
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
I felt like I had to like look at just like one thing inside the inside the room to where I was like, this is not moving. I can just look at this and not look outside. But yeah, it's one of those things where like the second we start talking about it, it's just terrible. And then another thing that is bad that Emma just pointed out is so how it works is the outside rotates, the inside does not. And the inside is where you get in line to leave. Now the bad part is the line was so long that it was proceeding into this turning like the rotating part. So we were literally in order to stay in place in our line, we had to keep walking forward, and we weren't making any progress. We're just doing that to stay in line and not be going further back. And it was terrible because that was at that point. I think we were all ready to leave. I was so happy when we like hit the ground and we were like, okay, this is not moving, this is not spinning, this is great. But it took forever to get to that point. So if I ever move there, that's gonna be something where if people visit, that's be like, oh, you can check out the Space Needle. Like, I'll chill down here. Like, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Enjoy the view.
You got it.
Yeah, like thumbs up. Because the thing is that sucks is to leave the Space Needle, you can't exit from the top floor. You have to go from the rotating floor. And it's just terrible.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, hell yeah, Kyle. I'm happy you said that. I actually didn't. I have the TV of the game right in front of me. Kyle just said Eastern Michigan and then a little money bag emoji. Eastern Michigan did cover, not only covered, but also won. So I don't know if anyone Eastern Michigan money line, but Eastern Michigan +6 fucking covered, and cheers to that.
Nice. But yeah, I think even more so, we spent a lot of time at the marketplace there, Pike's Marketplace, and there's a bunch of great vendors there, and it's so massive. Jason and I scratched the surface. Kyle and Emma had a lot more time and got lost in the maze of things, and I'm sure they probably even scratched the surface still. But one thing we did do is the original Starbucks. That was pretty cool. Yes. It's cool to go to. Probably would never go again just because the line and then like it's like no offense, it's like not that unique.
Yeah, it just like the interior just looks
like a Starbucks.
Yeah, it looks like,
it's
maybe like a slightly fancier Starbucks. The drink we got was really good, like the chocolate covered strawberry, whatever it was. Although then Emma basically told us as our Starbucks insider that you literally could just, as long as you know the contents, just tell any Starbucks and they'd make that drink.
Yeah, you can pretty much make it wherever.
So that was like, well, okay, but that drink was phenomenal and
was a really good drink. Yes,
I was about that. So it was really cool to like. I mean, say you're like, oh, you got the first Starbucks ever, so that was cool. And then one thing we have in our notes here, very very important stop. That we
first thing in our notes here
was this Russian bakery that was absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We got the first day we got like too much because we got this Moscow roll, but in addition we each got like, I don't know, I feel like I got like a bacon, egg, and cheese and hash brown, like some sort of roll. I can't remember what you got.
I got like a yellow chicken and yellow curry rice or something like that.
Yeah. But it was so funny because like it was just so much. So we ate the Moscow roll second, but it was so funny because I kept putting it off, like because I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna eat it, and then it was time for another meal. I was like, fuck, now I'll wait. And it was so funny because you had eaten it and you were saying how great it was, that I was already hyped up about how great it was. I'm like, dude, we got to go back, and I haven't even bitten the thing yet. Like I didn't even taste it, but needless to say, it did not disappoint. And what was that? Was that on Monday when we went? Like our last day? Sunday? Did we go Sunday?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, dude. All right, so Sunday.
Because it was super cold and super windy.
And this was after we dropped off Emma and Kyle, right?
Yeah, we like literally got to the hotel and then decided to walk there.
So Emma and Kyle, I don't think you're aware of this. So Tyler and I decided after we
to go through the tundra
to go not only through the tundra, which was insanely, it was fucking like I thought we were in the middle of a fucking tornado. Like it was like I told them
the wind was actually kind of nuts.
They're giving.
I was like, damn, they must be closing that Space Needle down for good.
Yeah, I was like, they're giving the fucking Windy City a run for its money. But mind you, we're in the middle of this fucking tornado, and literally, like Tyler and I both were like, well, we got to hit up the Moscow roll place. So the problem is we walked in from a farther side than we usually do. So we walked past more shops. So we stopped at two different stores before we got to the Russian bakery. So we stopped and we're like, oh, these macaroons sound good. So we went in
The French
the
bakery.
French
Yeah.
bakery, got a bunch of macaroons and some croissants, and then
Oh yeah,
so
that's
those
good.
fucking smacked. And then didn't we go to another one, or am I making that up? Do we just go to those two?
I don't remember honestly. I think we just went to those two.
Oh, just those two. Oh, it was just because we had 3 bags. Basically, Tyler and I go down to this market and we're like, oh, we're just gonna go get a
Yeah, we
Moscow
all
roll.
got pastries.
We're just gonna go to get a Moscow roll. That's all we need, all we wanted. We come back. Each of us had 3 macaroons. Each of us had a chocolate croissant. And when we got to the Russian bakery, the lady, who is the sweetest lady, was absolutely awesome. And she told us, because she's like, oh, like, do you guys know what you're getting, or do you have any questions? We're like, oh, we're literally coming back. Like, we were such a fan the other day. And she's like, oh, what did you have? We tell her we're all excited about the Moscow roll. And of course, she recommends to us, like, oh, you know what pairs really nicely with that is this hazelnut roll that we have. So of course Tyler and I had to get both. So we're walking out of here each with like 3 full ass pastries plus 3 macaroons, going back
Yeah.
to our room, and then we fucking like had that and like passed out. And that was like, I guess pretty much our Sunday that we woke up was like time for dinner, but it was honestly fucking hilarious. So that was our Sunday adventure. But they have phenomenal stuff out there. That was a lot of fun for sure. And
Yeah,
then
no, definitely. The bakery, it's I think it's something repeating like Pierogi. I'm butchering the name,
oh, that I think that's
but
right. I think that's right.
it's something like that. So if you're
Yeah.
ever in the area, highly recommend you go
Oh yeah,
there.
absolutely. And then the other thing we did while we were out there, which was funny because we did it like we didn't really think about this, but we did it in the middle of a school day. But we went to University of Washington, and so we checked that out. Absolutely beautiful campus. It was just so funny because
Yeah,
here we
huge.
are, the 4 of us, just like, oh, we just go to their. First of all, Starbucks are everywhere. They have a fucking Starbucks, like almost like it looks like a food
An
truck.
RV.
And so we go up there, we're like, might as well get some Starbucks, like, I don't know, maybe like our second or third coffee on the day, stay caffeinated. And then we're walking around University of Washington, and it was hilarious because we're just like, holy shit, there's a lot of people. And then we kind of realized we're like, well, we're literally here at like, I don't know, well, it's like 1:30 on like a Thursday. And it's like, oh shit, like there's people who have actual class. And we got to witness the Flash himself, this kid who was like full on
Booking it to his
Usain
class,
bolting
dude.
it to class. That it was like pretty impressive because the ground was definitely slick. So it's definitely not his first rodeo. But that was awesome. Like their campus was incredible. We obviously looked like we fit in really well because there was a guy who asked us for directions. So
Yeah, for like a secret underground
we
cafe.
fit
Like,
right in.
yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
Love you.
so that was pretty funny. But no, it
I'm
was
as jealous
honestly
that she missed out on the pastry run. We earned it
Oh, yeah.
with the cold wind. So
it was so
I don't know if you would have wanted to do that. That was a little brutal, to be honest.
yeah, no, it was pretty bad. And then okay, another thing we'll talk about going back to Seattle. So I get that Nike, and we're going to talk about Portland and Oregon in a sec. I get that Nike's headquarters is out in Oregon, but you'd think in like Seattle, like they'd have a pretty good presence, and they had what on the outside appeared to be a very impressive Nike store. So
Yeah.
I want to say it was on Sunday. Again, I think this was pre-market, pre-tornado, all that fun stuff. We decide to go to the Nike store, and they have such a shitty selection. Like we were like going in wanting to buy
Like
stuff.
5 t-shirts.
Yeah, it was like 5 T-shirts. I
And
literally
they
went
weren't
in.
even like Seattle related. They're just like the ones you pick up at your Nike outlet.
Exactly. Like I think
Oh,
we could
okay.
go in and get like a fucking like DK Metcalf jersey or something. Like they had like jerseys for like their teams. So it's like, well, I don't want a jersey.
Just go to a Seahawks store.
I'm not gonna spend exactly. I'm not gonna spend like $150. I'm not like a Seahawks fan or anything. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, and they had like 5. They had like such limited supply of things. I was like, dang.
Yeah, and like not to mention the fact that I went in being like I could actually be really productive here because I've been meaning to get more stocks, and I know we've talked about on this podcast, dude. That is like one of the lowest things on my like, oh, you need more of because I'll just do the laundry once, and I'm like, "Ugh, what stock problem? So
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, I can.
Yeah,
be
I always
productive.
love getting like a Nike shirt,
Get more-
and like hoodies, and
was
like they had
disappointing.
like one hoodie,
Seriously.
and it was like so annoying. I don't know. Very disappointed with it. I don't know if it was just because of a COVID thing that supplies are running, but
Yeah, it was.
production should be right down the road. So you should go ahead and fill out an order for more shit. So
Oh yeah, so we were disappointed by that, but that just came top of mind when I was thinking about our adventures in Seattle after we dropped off Kyle and Emma. But
Yeah.
Seattle overall
But
was fun. I liked it. I definitely think it'd be fun to go back and also go to like the surrounding like hiking spots and things like that
yeah.
and check out different things. Like one cool thing that I know we talked about a ton is like Mount Rainier was like incredible. Like you could see that from so far away, and it was fucking tall. So that was really
Yeah.
cool. That was really cool to see.
I think that's like 2 hours out, I think.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, you'd have to like travel a bit, but that's like the cool thing though is like when you
I mean,
think
that's
of,
how it is anywhere. Like,
yeah, true.
obviously, the cities aren't going to be like on the at the peak.
True. But no, that's like kind of the cool thing is like there's just so much around there.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. But I guess
But
we
I-
can.
Yeah, well, we can also discuss about during that trip when we split out and went to Portland to have a good time. We did do one thing that was really fun,
Oh yeah.
and we just missed talking about the comedy show. We went to a comedy show in Seattle. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
An amateur one, a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But when we went on our way, I was like the very first night in Seattle when we were talking about Portland. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure there's a winery out there that like a lot of people told me to check out, and it's like Willamette Valley, and it's like a national brand. And we made a reservation for their tasting room, which is pretty much just like making a reservation for their restaurant.
Yeah.
And from there, we decided to drive like straight there from Seattle. We didn't even stop at our place yet, the Airbnb. And it's so crazy because like you like get out to this like winery type country or vineyard type country, and it's like hilly. It was like sunny. I was like, dang, dude, the rain's gone and the heavens have opened up.
Yeah.
And you come to this huge gate of Willamette Valley, and it's like one of the prettiest vineyards that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much just got a seat in their like their restaurant, and it was really good. We all did a flight of wine, obviously, and it was probably some of the best wines I've had. But I mean, I'm not really a good judge of character
Yeah.
for it, but apparently we are because we picked up the most expensive bottles when
Yeah.
we decided what we wanted to bring home.
Yeah.
So-
I was telling Gavin that yesterday. I guess another thing I got to do was I got to see Marquette upset Illinois in person yesterday, so that was pretty cool. But I was joking with him. So yeah, Tyler's saying we're tasting all these wines. We get to the end. There's a deal where like you don't have to pay like a tasting fee or something if you buy 2 bottles. And so Emma's like, oh, we should buy 2 bottles. And we're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So Emma, being the responsible one, is like, okay, I think this is a good one. Like it's like a $15 bottle or something. And then then Tyler, Kyle, and I are like looking at the wines. We're like, we tried like, or we were looking like, I think these like 3 without looking at the price. We're like these 3 tasted like really really good. And we go turn
I like
around,
all
and those are
ones.
like the $65 bottles. It's like, well,
Yeah,
we're fucking killing it, I guess. Like we can really tell you.
Guess we do know our
We
shit.
can really tell you where the $65 bottles are. But no, it was honestly awesome. I know I talked before. I haven't tried them yet. They're probably going to be fucking gross in comparison. But I've got those bottles of wine myself that I still have to try. The one with Snoop Dogg on it and the one with the duck. And so I'm excited to try those and get more into wine. But I've definitely not drank as much wine as I did during that period.
Yeah, that's definitely a weekend of wine right there.
Oh yeah.
But and I guess we got to meet up with Emma's friends. That was really fun. We got to have like a few drinks and go out, as well as when we were out for some reason, Jason and I just have this type of demeanor about us where people love to come up and talk to us for however long they can get out of us.
Sorry, I left briefly because I had to grab a laptop charger.
Yeah, I was saying we were able to go out with Emma's friends and all of us and grab a drink at these cool places. And then pretty much Jason and I were unfortunately on the end of the table, so we got the brunt of this guy's conversation. He was very drunk, I assume.
So
And very Irish.
yes.
And
I don't even
just talking to us about coding, the NSA, Snowden, anything you could pretty much imagine.
It was
NASA.
It was just insane because like apparently we're very approachable because we have another occurrence of this that we can talk to after this. But yeah, this like Tyler and I are just sitting at the end. Obviously, Kyle, Emma are talking like to their friends. Like we're talking too, but like obviously we don't know them as well. So we're just having our own conversation. This man just walks up and starts talking to us, and it's not like one of those where it's like it passed the uncomfortably long range already. Like he was talking to us like
for a
way,
while.
way, way too long. And it was one of those things where like
A waiter had to come
he would
over.
say a lot of stuff and be like, you know, right? And it's like, no, we don't know. Like we don't know what you're talking about. But he would find
Yeah, he's
ways to
like, you
keep
know
the
the particle
conversations.
collider, right? And
He
you're
would
like,
he would
sure.
find ways to keep the conversation going. And Emma literally said what I'm about to say, which is this man. So we were talking, and I can't remember which one of us said it. I think it was maybe Tyler. But he's like, the guy said something, and it's like, oh, that's wild, and completely like talking about like IT, NAS or NSA, something crazy. He's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
wild, and then this man in his brain is like, oh, you just said that's wild. It's like Oscar Wilde, and we're just like,
Yeah.
the
Like we know
writer,
him
like what the
personally.
like what, how, like he completely was just grasping for straws of how to continue this conversation
But
to where he
it was weird
pivoted.
because
He
he like
pivoted
reached on
from
the edge of like genius and then
it
like
was weird.
idiot. It was like the weirdest
It
thing
was
I've ever seen.
it was so weird, and I kind of forgot about that because we had ended up talking to this man for probably at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is just a
And
fucking
Kyle
taster.
made the just commented like the what started this whole thing, and it was very, very obscure. Like you talk about like how do you get to a point where you can start a conversation with someone, or what is like your attention grab or whatever. This man comes to our table of six, and unfortunately Tyler and I are on the end of the table where he's closest to.
Yeah, with
And
the question
the
saying ask
question
us
is,
anything.
what's the highest prime number? Like what? We're literally just chilling there, enjoying drinks. I think we just ordered
Yeah.
a couple appetizers. Like we're just chilling, and this man just comes over, and is like, "Hey, what's the highest prime number? Like why?"
And he said pi, which doesn't make
Which
any
makes
sense.
no sense because first of all,
Five is
seven's a
higher
pri-
than pi.
Seven's a prime number. Five's a prime number. So like we literally, he's like, "Oh, I think it's pi or whatever." It's like, well, you're fucking stupid. So
Yeah, he said there was some punchline to it,
Yeah.
but
he
he had a very thick, drunk Irish accent.
Oh yeah,
So
it was honestly funny as fuck. And then we're trying to be like conversational, so we'd like ask him stuff about himself, and he would just deflect. Like he would just deflect.
yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, so where are you from?" And he goes, "I'm from hell." It's like, "Oh, sweet."
How do you respond?
Didn't
to
know I
that?
was talking to Satan.
Yeah, like we feel like we're in hell, but
Yeah.
it was absolutely terrible. And then
Yeah, one of his famous lines was, "You know him, right?" Because he had mentioned, he's like, "Oh, you know the director of the NSA, right?" And
Like,
he'd say
why
his
would we
name,
know that?
and be like, "No, we don't." He's like, "Actually, he's retired now." It's like,
it's like,
all right, well,
why do you? It was honestly so funny. Well, not funny. I don't know if funny is the right word. And funny in retrospect once we escaped.
yeah,
But it was definitely a traumatic experience, something that I will never forget. And then, sure enough, Tyler and I are like, okay, we apparently are very approachable, whatever. Then, Gavin, we did not make a great friend, per your comment. No, we did
he
not.
made a best friend.
So, anyways, so Tyler and I get into the airport, and we're waiting in line for our flight from Seattle to Denver. And sure enough, like, so we're just chilling in line, waiting for our group to be called, living the best life. It's great.
We're
This man
vibing.
behind us is having an issue with his phone.
His phone.
And so naturally, which I think this is a pretty normal response, like he's an older guy, so he, as Tyler and I, who are obviously younger and maybe more familiar with technology, he can assume. So he's like, hey, like I'm having issues like with some of my apps working, like it's not even opening or whatever. So like I basically said, had you tried factory resetting it, like doing all that stuff? And he's like, I think I have, but not really. And I was like, oh, like if you want, like I could try. And so he hands me his phone. I factory reset it. And then I factory reset it, all that stuff. Good, give it back to him. It's all great. Shortly thereafter, this man just proceeds to go on a rant talking about the mask mandate and all that stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah, he's like, so this mask mandate's kind of bullshit, right? It's like, oh,
and
no,
I'm
dude.
immediately like, dude, whose phone did I touch? Like, I'm like, I literally just touched the phone of someone who probably,
Yeah, dude, I was just gonna tell him how to do it. I wasn't gonna do it for him. And you're like, oh, I'll do it. I was like,
yeah,
ooh.
I honestly didn't really. I guess it maybe wasn't smart. I was just like, sure, I'll do it. I was also kind of just hoping this would like kind of end the conversation and we can kind of just move on. But it
Yeah,
apparently
of course.
sparked something
There's-
because not only did this man proceed to talk to us for a long time about a myriad of topics, including the mask mandate, which again made me be like, where is
Wow.
the fucking nearest like hand sanitizer? But
He like sort of broke off from it, and then like some lady was like talking to the front desk for a while, and he's like, "What's this lady's problem?" It's like, dude, I
it's
don't know,
like, it's
maybe
like
her
we're not
ticket,
connected. Yeah, like we're not connecting.
like
it was weird.
maybe her boarding pass has a problem. Like,
Yeah,
chill
like,
out.
I don't. It was,
And
it
like
was
I remember us having like, dude, I was like, watch, he's gonna sit next to us on the plane.
Yeah, and sure enough, so Tyler and I like it's nice through United, like my United thing I get through work, I get to upgrade me and whoever I book a ticket with to like economy plus. So I was like, Tyler, I'm pumped. I can upgrade us to these good seats. We got plenty of legroom. It's great. All that stuff. Tyler and I sit down, and then you hear, oh, I'm right next to you guys. Sure enough.
No, he didn't even do that. He's like, I'll just grab it. He like
Oh,
throws
that's
his
what it was.
bag.
That's what it was.
He like threw his bag to the seat next to me.
He's like,
guess I'll take this
I
one.
claim
And I was like, oh no, dude.
Oh, it was honestly, and it was hilarious. It wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny, and it was just like, of course this is gonna happen because Tyler and I are still mentally, physically, emotionally recovering from that experience at the bar like a couple days prior, and now we've got exactly to Gavin's comment right now, 2 new friends. We've now got 2 new friends, and not only that, but so
there was a predicament on the
there was a
airplane.
predicament on the plane. So the 3 of us are sitting on one side. There's the aisle, and then obviously the other row.
Us 2 and our new best friends.
We're just trying to chill and like live in our own world.
I'm trying to put my headphones in so this guy will not talk to me the entire flight.
So this lady directly across, sitting in the aisle, basically the closest to our new friend here, right across the aisle from him, she is giving a lot of attitude to the flight attendant about putting her like backpack under her seat. She's like, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
she's like clutching it.
She's like clutching it and like holding it up to her knees. Like that's not allowed. It's like you're either gonna have to fit it under there, or you're gonna have to do over the overhead. And it was getting to a point where you're like, okay, shit might go down. Like this is
they're like started yelling. It's like, what's with the attitude?
Exactly.
And I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Well, so that's the other thing. Like so, she's giving a lot of attitude, which definitely is not appropriate. But then the flight attendant turns to look at Tyler and I as like, what's with the attitude? Or what's with the attitude around here? And I'm like, whoa. We're not
I was like looking at my phone.
Like
she
is going to be sitting by us this entire flight. We are not trying to make any enemies. We're just trying to make it to Denver and get off this fucking plane. Like we hadn't even taken off yet. And I'm like, this is already terrible. Like I wanna get off the flight. And not only that, but this man who was talking to us in line is now sitting next to Tyler. He literally, as this lady is throwing a temper tantrum, this man pulls out his fucking phone and is like recording. Like he's literally about to be that person who like there's a camera.
And he looks like excited to do it too.
He was
like,
pumped.
oh fuck yeah, dude.
He couldn't pull his phone out quick enough. Like this man was like fucking fumbling.
He was ready with it. I was just in shock and awe that it was actually happening. And then this man's
his
like,
immediate thought, he sees
this.
chaos. He's like, oh, how many likes is this about to get on like Facebook or whatever? Oh, that's probably what he uses.
Facebook.
And so he's like fucking pulling out his phone about to record. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, why is that your first instinct? I'm just sitting there like, please, this is literally terrible. Oh my God, don't let this happen. He's immediate reaction, like not 2 seconds after she started bitching, he pulls out his phone and is starting to record. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And also, not to mention, like, bro, I helped with your phone. Like, maybe I should turn it back off.
Yeah. No, it's just a funny experience.
Eventful. Friends around the world. That's one way to put it, Emma. But oh my God.
Yeah, we just attract the crazies, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was an experience.
But needless to say, after that trip, we arrived in Denver without a hitch. After that scenario, and so began the saga of you getting to meet Enzo and Enzo peeing everywhere because he's so excited.
That was honestly the funniest part. So when we got there, obviously he hadn't seen Tyler in like the longest period of time he hadn't seen you. So there's on one hand you have that, on another hand you have a whole new person he's not met before. So it's already going to be like crazy. And I would say it took a solid, and I remember you telling me this, like for him to calm down after all this, like it'll probably take a good 20 to 30 minutes. And it took definitely like 30 minutes until he was like more chill. Because like for the first dude, he's fucking running around. He probably
you even like go to stand up and he's like,
and he's just fucking
ready
jumping.
To fucking,
he's like,
what do you want? What are we doing?
Oh
like, dude,
he was fucking stoked. And like as you said, still a puppy, so he gets excited and just pees on the floor, and it's just like he's just fucking hyped. Like it is just like the best thing in the world. So
he's the epitome of hype.
Oh, dude, it was so fun, and I miss it so much. Like it is just, like I said, it's just made me have like envy of having a puppy, but at the same time, it's like that balance of like I know I want to be able to like I don't know. I know I can make stuff work. I know I've mentioned the travel thing, and then Gavin's like, oh, well, you can drop him off at our house anytime, and I know that. But yeah, it's one of those things where.
Yeah.
It's tough. But dude, Enzo was a fucking blast. At times, like you said, and we said before, dude, he can be a little bitch sometimes, but he is the fucking cutest thing, and you can't even get mad at him. Like he'll do like something and you're just like, what are you doing?
Dude.
And then he just looks at you and you're just like, I forgive you for everything. You're the greatest thing in the world. Like literally in a matter of like 3 seconds.
Yeah. Nah, he's just a puppy, so it gets so annoying. But you also got to experience the sort of the happy hour scene of Rhino District, where
Yes, that was
in
cool.
Proper City, the brewing company's out there, the pizza place that were Black Shirt Brewing Company. Really
Oh,
great
dude,
pizza there. If you guys are ever in Denver,
that
highly
pizza
recommend
was
that place.
phenomenal. Per your recommendation, it had like the I don't even remember all that was on it, but it had the maple glaze, and I was like, this is literally.
It's
I
like
remember you,
Chipotle
Chipotle maple
maple
glaze over
glaze.
it. I was like, it is literally the perfect balance. Like, we were
Yeah.
like
This man
so
over here
pumped.
is like, I'm about to get the sausage supreme pizza. I was
Yeah,
like, I'm
okay,
like, well, you could get that, or you could get.
yeah, so I was like looking through, like I was like, okay, well, I want one of their like pre-listed pizzas. I'm not gonna do the build your own. Like I want to do something. I was like, oh, this one looks good, and then I like actually look at it, and I'm like, this is literally basically a sausage, green pepper, and onion and olives pizza. I was like, this is like boring as fuck. So I was like, okay, gotta maybe expand my horizons a little
What you
bit.
get all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And so I want to expand my horizons a little bit. And Tyler's like, dude, this pizza, I'm telling you, fucking smacks. And then, of course, I had the momentary doubt where you're like, wait, is this what I got last time? And then you're like, no, 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 this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was honestly like one of the best like. I mean, it's like a specific type of pizza, but it's like one of the best like pizzas I've had. Like it was just so like
Yeah. Like
it
the
was,
style was
the
different.
style is
It's not
different.
like a
It's like one of
yeah,
those what do you call them? Like the almost like
brick
the
oven
yes, thank
pizza.
you. That's what I was trying to think of. It was so good. It was just a perfect blend
They
of
used
sweet and
leftover grains
savory.
from the brewing to
Yes,
make the dough
the
for the
dough
pizza
the dough was phenomenal. It was just absolutely
because they
great.
are a brewing company as well.
Yes, so we got to enjoy some nice beers. Which speaking of beers, to go off on a little tangent, like I have been fucking going ham on that Untapped app. So if you don't have the Untapped app, I know I was literally recruiting Gavin yesterday, but this is an app where you can like download and rank your beers as you try them and all that stuff, give it a rating, all that stuff. Like I literally did this at the fucking Marquette game yesterday. Like I got a beer, I was like, oh, I haven't had this one before, and I literally took a picture. In the background, I have the game and I have holding my beer in my hand. So
Oh, yeah.
it's just so funny because now it's like where before it was like, oh shit, like I probably should have done that beer. I'm like getting to the point where it's like if I'm trying a beer, like I gotta do it. Like I gotta put it on the app. So it's good. I think I'm at like 30 or so odd beers, but climbing up the ranks. I got a lot from this trip. There was I guess one quick tangent we can go on to go a little bit back to Portland. Funny enough, we're like, oh, let's try all these breweries out. And we go to this place called the
And barrel
10 Barrel
company.
Brewing, and we're like, oh, dude, this looks like a cool brewery. We'll check it out. Lo and
And it was
behold,
cool. It
it
was
was
fun.
cool. It was cool. When you normally get like a flight of beers, it's usually like three or four. Kyle and I each got one of the flights, and it's fucking 10 beers, so it's like pretty intensive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of liquid. But
Kyle's toasting us now on tap.
yeah, exactly. Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Kyle's toasting all of this. Yeah, he just toasted it from my Oktoberfest day.
It's like liking your post on the
Yeah,
app.
yeah, yeah. Which is so that's hilarious. But no, one of the funny things with that is we're like, oh, dude, this brewery's sick, and sure enough, we see something that's like this is owned and operated by Anheuser Busch, and we're like, that fucking
Macro
sucks.
Brews.
Like we're literally going here to
Tough.
get like a local experience. It's like, well, this is literally owned by like the largest conglomerate of fucking
And like,
beers in the
oh,
world.
what I guess that I was wondering too is I wonder if they sell microbrews still, or they only sell microbrews that are owned by Anheuser Busch.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because I don't know.
That's something you could ask because they have one in Denver, so you can literally go there and
Yeah.
be like, listen,
It sounds like they switched the taps out, so it sounds like would do some microbrews, but who knows?
you could hope. You can hope. Sorry, that was a quick tangent. We can get back to Denver.
No, yeah, definitely. And then I think, yeah, you were attended trivia with us on Wednesday
dude,
night.
trivia was fun.
It was fun but rough. It's a lot tougher than people think.
Yeah,
But
it
I
was-
think a lot is like how random the random knowledge is, and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude,
Dude, some of them we
some of this
fucking
is just like there's no fucking way.
pulled out of our ass. The one that I know I pulled out of my
Like
ass.
the conductor of
Yeah, it's like the
Home
who
Alone.
wrote the score for this random ass show or song or movie or something.
it was Home Alone and
Home
something
Alone.
else.
Who wrote the score for Home Alone? And my ass just was like,
I only know one conductor.
I was like, I know one.
John
I know.
Williams.
I was like, I know one conductor who does like Harry Potter, Star Wars. I'm like John Williams, and so we're like, fuck it, just put John Williams down, and it was fucking John Williams. I was like, holy shit. So that was like my like shining moment of the day. But otherwise, it's like some of them were so fucking random. Like
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You don't even know the answer. You never heard of like the question or the answer. You're like, all right, cool.
But it was definitely a fun thing. Fun thing to do on. I think it was like Wednesday we did it. Yeah, and it was awesome. We got to see the other cool thing about being out in Denver, unlike Seattle, unlike Portland, is that we got to bet and we got to watch like we were watching NIU football. That was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, so I went into this because I remember I think I tweeted about it because I was so proud like a week and a half ago. I think this was after we recorded. I was so proud because Tyler sent me a text, and in this text he said, is betting legal, sports betting legal in Washington and Oregon? And I felt like a proud parent. I was like, this is like such a good moment. Like Tyler is so excited about betting that he's at the point that I've been at where it's like, dude, is it legal in this state? And so I look at it, and sure enough, it's like, oh, sports betting's legal. We get there, I pull up my app, and I'm like, what the fuck? Apparently, it's only legal if you are actually in one of their like Indian casinos. And I was like, well, that fucking sucks. So
Yeah.
sure enough, we weren't able to do it. Although a few times we were tempted when we were on the highway, and we're like, well, might want to make a quick detour. I don't think Emma would have enjoyed that, so we did not. But it was a good time. And then once we got back to Denver, it was like a nice experience for me because for the first time in a very long time, since now betting's legalized in Illinois, like they don't allow you to bet on stupid ass rule. It's like the only state that does this, but they don't let you bet on Illinois college sports.
Yeah.
So I was actually able to bet on the NIU games, and I fucking killed it. Like I think we saw one football game and two basketball games. And wait, did I bet on the Indiana game? If I did, I fucking
Yeah,
lost
you
money
did.
on that one. So 2-1, but it was awesome. Like
Because I did.
it was cool to be able
And
to
I
do
lost
that.
my
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. We got some exciting bets because like I think the funniest thing was we would just be chilling in your like living room, and we're just like, oh, we're just chilling, whatever. It's like the end of the night, like we'll be up maybe for like another hour or two. We'd flip on the like random like NBA game that's on. And then we got really into like the Hornets Lakers game.
They went
And
into OT, right?
it went into OT because of fucking Russell Westbrook. Because this dumbass who can't shoot had the ball. The Lakers had the ball with 20 seconds left, and he decides, who's going to be the winner or like who's going to take the last shot? Me. Even though I can't shoot, and I'm going to shoot it over a tall ass man and try to make it. And I'm like, that's not going to work well. So that was really funny because we were literally like, I just appreciated it because I was like, this is so funny to me because like this is just common now. Like you're just excited about sports betting. Like I can't emphasize enough how exciting of a development this is. We were
Yeah.
fucking betting on the Rainbow Warriors, dude. That was another fucking wild. Like we're literally betting on the Hawaii basketball
Yeah,
team.
we're watching Hawaii
You're
at like
texting
11 p.m.
you're texting Elliot like, dude, get like
My
go to the
friend
game.
in Hawaii,
Yeah,
yeah.
your friend in Hawaii, go to the game. And I'm fucking telling you, you should tell them like not only go to the game, like put on a jersey out there because they're fucking struggling right now. But
Yeah, they almost made a comeback too.
it was like painful because they were losing by so much the whole game, and we obviously had to bet on the Rainbow Warriors because they're fucking called the Rainbow Warriors. And so we bet on them, Rainbow Warrior for life. Except
Yeah, at
not
one point you
anymore.
fell asleep and I woke you up because they tied it.
Yeah, dude, it was getting late, so I was
And
like
they brought
fucking
it back
dozing
in,
off.
like,
I was
the
like,
last,
oh
like,
shit,
minute.
dude. Because it was not even a good game. I'm like, it's getting late, dude. I'm kind of sleep. So I'm like starting to doze off on the couch, and you're like, wake me up. It's like, oh fuck, dude, Rainbow Warriors are back.
Back in it, dude.
It was almost
Don't count 'em
worse.
out.
It was almost worse because I'd rather them just suck the entire time and not do that and not get our hopes up because the worst thing to happen is you get your hopes up and then they fucking lose. And
Yeah.
it was just terrible because yeah, it just a shit show of events. I had bet like for them to win. You had bet for them to lose by less than 3. So there was a scenario where it came really close to where you would win money and I would not. And I literally said before the game, I was like, maybe I should do that. I was like, nah, I'll be fine. They're not gonna lose by 2. Sure enough, that almost happened, but they lost by 3. So yeah, that was just a shit show. I know not everyone listens or who's listening is in tune with sports betting, so we don't have to go too much into this. But it was pretty
Yeah.
funny and added a funny little element to that. And then yeah, we also had, like you said, like some really really good food. Got to try a bunch of different things, which was nice. And yeah, already excited. Like next time I go back, I was really sad to say bye to Enzo. Not only because like I'm missing the guy, but I also know that the next time I'm out there, like he is not gonna be a puppy. Like he's not gonna, or he's
Oh,
not gonna be
yeah.
that small. Like he's gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah.
And that's really sad. But
He's like already 35 pounds now, I think. And like what I was talking to Jason about before we hopped on, it's like he's almost at half of his weight that he's going to be for the rest of his life. So
which
he's
is
already almost like
crazy.
halfway done growing.
What a big
I'm
boy.
like, dude, no fucking way, dude. But that's all right.
It was a blast, and it was also funny because like my entire team knew I was working remote from Denver for the week, and they fucking loved Enzo. So like that was one of the things where like I just made a casting
He's a
like,
popular
yeah, so like literally to
popular
where
celebrity.
I had people from my team where they'd be like, "Oh, Jason, I think you have someone you should show." Like, because it'd be someone who I'd been on a call with previously, and we'd just be like talking about whatever, and they're like, "Jason, you have like someone you want to show us on screen?" And I was like, "Oh shit, sounds good." And I like brought Enzo over.
Gotta
Like,
grab him.
here we go. So it was fun, but yeah, it was a very nice, very much needed like extended weekend trip. Well, week and a half, including Denver. It was awesome. Like it was a great week and a half getting to like just kind of feel even when we were like working, like obviously we were working like a lot, but it was one of those things where when we were able to be off the clock, like it was nice because we were able to like go out and do things and like do all that stuff. So it was a lot of fun. Back to reality for at least a short period of time, and then I'm off to Vegas. I know we've got the holidays coming up with Thanksgiving, so we got a lot of
Yeah.
fun stuff to still look forward to. But this was a very fun trip. Great use of PTO. I know Pacific Northwest has been on our list for quite some time now, so it was kind of nice to check that off and move on to the next, whatever that is. I know I was talking to Gavin about potentially Miami being the next domestic location at least, so I would be down for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's the most recently I've been thinking about the Northeast, like going to Boston or
Oh,
something.
Northeast. Oh, actually, we should definitely do Northeast as well because my cousin just moved out. I think I told you this. My cousin Brian just moved out to Boston. Actually, I think he's in Boston.
Is he the
Like
one that lived
out in,
in?
he lived out in Lakeview, like out here in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
He's the Brian in our fantasy football league,
Yeah.
but
Wait, isn't
he
there another cousin that lives out there in Chicago?
um, I'm gonna be fucking
Who's the
blank.
one that you went to the game with, the U of I game, or you drank at his place?
Oh, no, that was my cousin Brian. Like
Oh,
so
okay.
he lived out here, but like he literally is starting his
It
job.
just moved
Yeah,
to
like
Boston.
no,
I was
like
like, damn, this can't be the same guy. I feel
no,
like you were
no,
just
no. It
at his
literally is the
place.
same guy. Like he literally is going to. I think he's currently in Boston right now with his dad, my uncle. Right now, like he's there this week looking at apartments, which is like so cool. So it's like
Yeah, that's
he's
awesome.
already encouraged. Like definitely come out and visit. So like I'm definitely down to check that out. I told him for sure that'd be a cool thing to do. So that
Well,
would be awesome.
you are missing out on a lot of Enzo's beginning puppy life. So
Yeah.
you got to either come out to visit, or when we were out there on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
Oh
you got
yeah.
to meet him.
Absolutely. But yeah, so we'll definitely have to do that for sure. But yeah, got a lot of good stuff in the works. But yeah, that was like kind of a recap of our last, I don't know, week and a half. I know we've not been great with posting. It's because we've been busy doing all these things. So glad
Yeah,
we were able to go live.
quite the recap. Yeah, we already are
Yeah,
an hour
glad.
in here.
Yeah, quite the recap. So yeah, we'll get into segments, and then as we do that and kind of power through our segments, definitely feel free in the chat to throw in these questions. So we have questions for the Ask Us Anything section at the end. We will answer them at the end and go through those because we love the questions you guys come up with on here. Some of them are quite obscure, and those are the fun ones. So we'll definitely look forward to that. But
Yeah.
before that, we will get into our deep dive. So I don't know if you want to kick it off.
Yeah, sure. So I recently came across a video on YouTube that piqued my interest because I'm always watching these like random videos on like physics or like why is like trivia or riddles or whatever, just because they're interesting and I'm a nerd. But this one I came across was actually talking about, I don't know if you know that like when restaurants get a Michelin star,
A
they're
Michelin
like,
star.
yeah, a Michelin star. Like it's a Michelin star rated restaurant. They have one Michelin star, two Michelin stars, and three Michelin stars.
Okay, I did not know
And
this.
that's like one of the highest degrees a restaurant or chef or whatever it can get, like with their space.
So
So
even if you
like
get like a Michelin star one, I
that's
assume
like
3 stars is like amazing, but even star
yeah,
one is really good.
yeah. Like a Michelin star restaurant is like I think they only have them in California in the United States, and like you're gonna be waiting for it.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me on
They don't
that
have
part.
any
Didn't
in
look
like
that part up, but the deep dive was in
they don't.
something else. So
Oh, they have some. It's funny. I typed in Michelin star, and the first thing that came up was Michelin star restaurants Chicago, and this
I
list
see. I
looks
typed that in
fucking.
Denver too. So okay, hold on.
Oh, dude. Oh, sorry.
I'm so like there's Michelin stars. The rating system that is used for these restaurants is actually the same company as Michelin tires.
I was about to ask that. It's spelled differently though, right?
No, I believe it's spelled the same.
Oh no, it is spelled the same. That's fucking
So
weird.
I pretty much watched this video on like why this came to be. So the Michelin tire company was started in France, I think, from these two brothers that wanted it. Like the automobile industry just came to like wherever they were in Paris, but only like a few people had cars at the time in the 1900s. So like obviously not a booming economy to make tires,
Yeah.
the air pressure tires. And then so they decided to release out a guidebook, like a travel book. So when you're driving, you have things to do, places to see, and then restaurants to go to.
Okay.
So among the years since this restaurant, this guidebook wasn't being financed as like the product, it was more like an accessory. They were able to put more quality into it rather than trying to just push it out just for like for sales. So with that, the restaurant part became very popular, especially they started releasing even into the 1910s, 1920s, different countries, and so on and so forth. It kept growing. So the Michelin stars, they eventually came out with the rating system because people were loving the restaurant system so much. They'd give out a star was like a 1-star restaurant was good food. Like the second star was like worth a detour. And then the third star, if it was given 3 stars, it's worth a trip to, like a focus trip. Like you make a trip to go to this restaurant, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with this now, all that like kind of became more popular. And then since then, that started in France, these French restaurants became more popular from these stars. And like the best chefs or best restaurants wanted to have these stars so more people would come to their restaurants, thus them taking on this kind of grading system now as a Michelin star restaurant. But now that there's guidebooks even more everywhere you go, I wasn't sure about this part. I kind of started watching the video. There's Denver, Chicago, everywhere and everywhere you can be. They recommend restaurants on the Michelin guidebook. But if you look for the actual Michelin star award or star rating, I didn't put that much effort into it. I'm sure you can find some in New York, Chicago, LA, but it looked like when I filtered it out, there's only some in California.
So yeah, so I'm looking at there's a Michelin, Chicago Michelin rated restaurants 2021 guide. There's only 24 restaurants in all of Chicago that have a 1, 2, or 3. There's only one with a 3-star. And let me tell you, just when I Googled this, all of these are $4 signs. Like these are going to be
Yeah.
stupid expensive. There's only 5 2-star, and then the rest are 1-star. So this is like
Oh
actually
yeah, that
crazy.
sorry.
No,
I'm gonna mention the marketing because they did this through like I forgot their marketing expense was like 0, so they were able to put so much quality into it or something like that.
That's so
But,
interesting. It's funny that she said she learned it in a marketing class because I probably took that myself because I did marketing, and I just completely forgot or I wasn't paying attention. So, fucking killing it over here. But that is really cool. Like that is interesting. I did not even know that like rating system existed. And actually, no lie, there's a decent handful of these that are out here in West Loop, but I've never fucking heard of.
yeah,
Because
I'm
they're
sure
probably
it's
like
like
stupid.
wait time out the
dude.
you gotta put a
You gotta roll
reservation
out the
in
red carpet.
next year.
They would see me walking down the street and be like, no. They just be like, no, keep on walking.
Yeah, dude, there's probably
Get
dress
the step in.
codes. There's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
all this stuff. So yeah, that's like crazy. Plus, it's the same company as the tire company.
That's the weird part.
Literally, the Michelin Man used to be like on the pamphlets, like, and he was like smoking a fucking cigar back in the day. I was like, damn, dude,
That's
he's been through it.
Yeah, dude, holy shit. That's wild. That's wild. Well,
Yeah.
my deep dive is into wine. So I feel like I probably you know what I should have done in retrospect is not be drinking whiskey. I should have tried one of the wines I've got. So I fucked up. My bad, guys. But then I probably would have had to finish it. So that's probably good that I didn't do that. But anyways, so some fun facts about wine. Just a random fun facts. So, to quench their thirst, people used to drink wine instead of water, like centuries ago. And since water wasn't clean at the time, and through natural fermentation, when the wine is made, it could kill germs caused by like it's called oh yeah, the old term was typhi, but it's salmonella and cholera. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But
The Oregon Trail.
yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. I'm like, damn, dude, here we go. I'm bringing our fucking like, what are those called? Those big wagons. The
Wagons.
there's a term. I don't know. I can't think of it. There's a word before that.
Sure,
Anyways, another fun fact: a ton of grapes. If you take a ton of grapes, can be produced into 720 bottles of wine. Just to give you a thought. I thought that was wild.
Just to give you a thought.
Not Oscar Wilde,
Go on that one.
but it was wild. During the early Roman times, I thought this was funny because I feel like obviously a lot of people like wine, but I feel like it's typically like when I think initially of who likes wine, for the most part, I'd say it's more of like a lot of women will have like enjoy wine. I feel like at a broad stroke more than men do. And ironic enough, during the early Roman times, it was forbidden for women to drink wine, and wives who were caught by their husbands drinking wine could be killed if caught in the act. So that was pretty dramatic. Another fun fact, apparently some people have a fear of wine, and it's called, I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to, it's
Maybe a fear
OENO.
of the wine hangover. I could see that.
Yeah, dude, true that. That is something you should have a fear of.
I still do.
Oh shit, there was one more that I had that I wanted to share. Sorry, this is not good audio for those of you who are listening to the podcast on the podcast app, so apologies.
Trust me, it's not good visual either.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, not much better for the people on YouTube who have to look at my face. This is the other thing. So apparently the largest bottle of wine is called the Nebuchadnezzar. I definitely butchered that, but that's how I said it how it's spelled. And it equates, to give you the size of this bottle, why are you laughing already?
Sounds like you're casting a spell.
Watch yourself.
Yeah,
It
Dr. Strange
equates
over
to
here.
20 regular size bottles or around 15 liters. So this thing has to be fucking massive, how big this wine is.
I feel like it's those almost as big, probably bigger than like those NASCAR drivers have like those huge ones.
Oh,
And
true,
they-
true, true.
Well, it's champagne, but like, you know what I mean? Maybe something
Yeah.
like that big.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably. It's fucking huge. So that's good. But anyways, that was my fun facts about wine. And also good news to bring it a little bit back to Michelin stars. Emma said that it wasn't at NIU though, so I'm good. So I did, at least to
you're
some
safe for this
extent,
round.
pay attention to my classes. But yeah,
You're
that's
safe
our
this
deep
time.
dives.
Yeah, we can move on to our 4 p.m. meeting of the week, and Jason, you can go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, I mean, mine is like not really. I don't really have a crazy one. I know you've got some stuff that I was able to bear witness to, but the one thing I was gonna say is, so I've obviously had kind of a crazy, even just half of the month of November. Like I was here from the 1st to the 4th, and then flew out to Seattle, Portland, Denver. Just got back on Saturday. Was in the burbs for a few days. Now I'm in Chicago for like a little over a day, going back out to Vegas. So I'm in this weird phase of I'm just not buying groceries. So I just keep eating out, and I feel like a fat ass. Not to mention the fact that like, I don't know. I feel like I like salad a lot. I'm like, damn, dude, I could smack a salad. So
Oh yeah.
although, side bonus of this is I know I remember talking about this because we had that really good Mediterranean place when we were called Cava, I think, out in Denver. I had that kebab place out here, that really good Mediterranean place for dinner today. And I watched an episode of Succession with it, and it fucking smacked. Like, it just hit the spot. I was all about it. So I guess that's a good silver lining. But I'm just in this weird phase of like, I shouldn't buy groceries now. When I get back from Vegas, I'll be home here for like, I don't know, a few days, and then I'll be going out to the burbs for a day or two for Thanksgiving, and then I'll be coming back, and then in like a day or two I'll be headed to San Diego for a week. So it's like, am I even going to buy groceries in November? Probably not.
Yeah,
which is fucking wild. Like, it's kind of gross. But I mean, like, at this point, it just wouldn't make sense because I'd be throwing most of the food out anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just
Waste
weird.
the money.
It's weird, but 'tis the life. But yeah, so not really a crazy 4 p.m. meeting of the week. Just like, I don't know about the food. So if anyone's got any recommendations on DoorDash or anything like that, I know Chicago is like full of stuff, so I'm just constantly looking at new things. But if there's something for me to try on DoorDash, like now is the time to throw your recommendations my way. So I'm all ears. But yeah, that was my 4 p.m. meeting of the week. So what do you have for this week?
Yeah, mine is just along the lines of Enzo having accidents
Star of the
as
show.
of recently. He had a span there where he was really good at not having accidents in the house. But as of recently, literally since we got here, I don't know what it's been, but
You can
he's
say
been
it's me, dude. I'm
sleeping.
sorry.
Yeah, he's been sleeping and like he'll just pee in his sleep, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you gotta go, let's go. Like, go, like I'll get up with you, but not in his cage or anything. But like he'll literally just be laying down, and then like what the instance that happened, we were like laying on the couch, me and him, and then next thing you know, like we're like moving, or like I went to pick him up, and
You're
I'm like,
like,
why are you wet? And I was like,
oh
no
no.
fucking way, dude.
We're
Like
just
you were
chilling.
sleeping the whole time. It wasn't like he got up and like squatted. He like,
We're literally
yeah,
just chilling there
a
watching
bed water.
basketball, and you're like, dude, why are you wet? And you're just like, no. Like, it was,
I
oh,
know.
God. It was
And
bad.
then literally last night, he is making me so mad with his rambunctiousness, or so annoyed, I should say. And I was watching Bo Burnham stand up, like an older one, and then I was just like laying down, my head like head in my hand, like watching TV, laying down.
Mm-hmm.
And Enzo's like wanting to play with me, jump on the couch, and like now we're kind of keeping him off the couch now because of his bedwetting. So like we bought him a new bed that is like super comfy, really nice from Sam's Club. Highly recommend it. And we put it in front because he like would never lay on it because he would want to lay by us. So we put it like right in front of like the couch. So he's literally like on the bed, like looking at me, like jumped up on it on me, and like was like wagging his tail. I was like, oh no, like lay down in your bed, like that's why we got it. And then all of a sudden, like he just like stops and is just like staring at me, and I was like, oh whatever, like he's just wanting to play again. And I just hear like a puddle noise making, and I was like, what? No. And then like literally there's like a puddle for me on his bed. I'm like, dude, why, man? Like you didn't even like sniff around first. You didn't like.
He's like, this is the spot.
Normally when dogs have to go, they like sniff around or like or focus on the floor, or
Yeah,
like
they're like-
Enzo is really pretty good about like going to the door now. And I'm like, dude, why?
what a
man?
fucking-
Any, no warning. You're just like, well.
And what
I'm
a
doing
fucking
it here.
savage move to do it and just stare at you. Just be like,
Yeah,
You see
just
what I'm
like literally
doing?
looking in my eyes and just like
it's like, you see
dripping.
this?
I was
You
like,
like
dude,
this? You like it? That's
No.
honestly,
had to clean that out.
Yeah.
Take rip, not rip, but like pull this bed apart, pull the mattress out, pull the stuffing out. I just redid it literally right before we started the podcast.
so hopefully it's still good by the time you get out.
yeah, dude. If I get out there and there's a pool on it, I'm gonna
Be
be
like-
pissed.
Oh, man. You might need to see if there's doggy diapers that you could have. Just start
he
walking
might
around
really,
with
he really
that.
might need one, like, especially when he's sleeping. It's weird because he's never done it in his cage. So like,
So wait, he hasn't done it at his kid, so he hasn't. So he'll only do it during
Never.
like his midday naps.
yeah.
Classic.
Because especially recently, I've been checking each morning to see if he's like gone in there, and there's no wet spots.
It's funny because now you'll probably be like second guessing before he comes up and like cuddles with you. You're like, ooh, do I want pee on
Yeah,
me?
I know.
Probably not.
Even though sometimes I'll be sleepy and I'll be like, whatever, dude.
Fucking
just don't pee,
let her
please.
rip.
I'll be like, let's go out first, and then you can lay with me.
Oh my god, that's
Hopefully the tank is empty.
That's very unfortunate. You got to make sure it's an empty. Dude, that's the other thing about Enzo, and I know all puppies are like this, so he's no like outlier in this. But one of the funniest things to see from this dog was we would like anytime you'd refill his water bowl, this man is acting like he's never had a sip of water for weeks. This man
He's
is
chugging
just
it.
chugging water. Like this is like the type of it's like the level of chugging where at a party it'd be like chug chug chug. Like he is going
Yeah.
fucking ham until that thing is
The
empty.
bowl is dry, and you're like, dude.
Yeah, and it's not even not even just that, but then this man, when you pour his food, like I joked with you, I was like, dude, Joey Chestnut's gonna be fucking sweating looking at Enzo because this man will fucking power through his food. I'm like, dude, you can't even
Yeah,
be
we
enjoying
even got a
that.
slow feeder.
Like you're not even fucking tasting it. Like you're just inhaling it, and that just can't even be enjoyable.
Yeah. I think yeah. Hopefully that's like the puppy phase really like coming to an
I
end
feel like
here.
it's I feel like it's
But
gotta be.
I know some dogs that still like chug water, like it's their
Oh yeah.
life dependent on it. It's like, dude, just stop. Then we don't have to pee every hour.
Yeah, that's oh man. That's it was so
Yeah.
funny.
So
Every
that's
time it got refilled. It was one of those things where you almost were like you feel bad because you want to refill it, but you know that the second that there's water out there, he's gonna fucking chug it. It's like, well, now he's gonna pee again. So just so
yeah.
funny.
I was like, dude, don't worry.
Oh man, it's good.
I literally get water in like another 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, then I think we can get into our comedic report again. After this, we'll get into our Ask Us Anything section. So please, please, please drop us questions. We will answer those. Anything you got, we are all ears. But yeah, we can get into our comedic report. So Tyler, what do you have for this week's comedic report?
Yeah, I just had two TikToks here. One is this is like more of a sound one, but it's like when you join a Zoom call and this one girl's microphone isn't working right. And pretty much the caption says, when your group partner suddenly gets possessed during a presentation. And dude, it cracked me up just because of like what she sounded like. And I could try to play it here. Hold on.
My name is Darius. Hi, my name is Serena.
So it sounds
Like, dude, I'd be
demon's,
dying at
possessed
that.
her. The best part is like everyone else is just fucking losing it. They're like, that's fucking hilarious. That's awesome.
Nah, dude, it's so funny. And then like so relatable because like you would never know your microphone sucks, but like literally when someone has a terrible microphone and like work or video games,
yeah.
you're like, oh my god, dude.
So funny.
And then my next one is more like a reading TikTok where like it's like the iMessages pop up on the screen. And pretty much it's like this guy and he gets a text message is this guy right here.
Oh yeah.
He gets a text message from Jessica and it says, why'd you like my picture from 2016? Weirdo. And then he responds back with like, hold on. He responds back with, I'm not weird, you just haven't looked good in a while. I was like, damn, dude, that's fucking savage.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
could you imagine like going to some
That's
girl's
savage.
profile or guy and literally like going all the way back, liking it, and they're like, did you mean to like that picture? You
What a
like stalk
quick-
me? Like, no, you just haven't looked good since then.
What a quick response. What a quick response. He had that one fucking locked and loaded. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So
That's a good one.
here's my two right there.
So I have two as well. The first one I've got is a tweet. So I don't know if any of you follow Kevin Clark, but he is a like sports writer. I think he focuses primarily on NFL, but he's from Orlando, huge Orlando Magic fan, and he brought up this really old Orlando Magic like warm up hype song they used to do, and it went viral. And so a guy I follow who's in Chicago sports, Tom Fernelli, he tweeted out, I'm going to heat check here and ask the Chicago Bulls to produce a version of the Running of the Bulls video they play pregame for the funeral, where the bus they charge through at the end is instead my casket. Which I thought was fucking hilarious because like they have the intro and basically they'll
my
usually have
casket.
the Bulls like do as the song's going, they'll like run through the
Yeah.
opponent's bus. And I'm like, dude, how funny would it be? You're like at a fucking funeral.
Funeral.
You hear the Bulls song. You're like, dude, what the hell? Because this is like, it sounds like you're about to get hyped up, and you just see the whoever's funeral you're at's casket, and you just go boom right through the casket. Like that's fucking hilarious. So I
That's
thought
a
that was
good
really good. And then the next one, I know I've sent you guys, but every time it comes across my TikTok, it cracks me up. And this is a story from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar about Will Chamberlain.
He kind of like took me under his wing.
Gotcha.
Some of the things that Will did sometimes bothered me. I got on an elevator with Will, and as the elevator's going down, some guy gets on and says, "Oh wow, how's the weather up there?" He said that to Will. Will spat on the dude and said, "It's raining."
I like that's like one of the oldest like savage jokes to do because I feel like that's always like it was like so back in the day to ask like, oh, how's the weather up there?
But I was like, damn, dude,
And
what a
I just, like-
savage ass response to spit. He's like, he spit on the man. He's like, it's raining. I'm like, that's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, literally. Just
Oh
want to be
my
excited to
God.
like meet Will Chamberlain.
Oh fuck, that's
Not
hilarious.
anymore.
Yeah, honestly. I guess we'll leave you guys like 30 seconds if you got any questions for us or so. Otherwise, we
We can dive into
or
our
actually, you
5v5
know what?
if there's.
Yeah, why don't we'll give them some more time to come up with questions. We could do 5v5 and wrap it up with any questions if anyone's got them. Since, so we can keep the
So we
ball
can move
rolling.
into on
Yeah, 5v5.
5v5 of best Thanksgiving foods.
Best Thanksgiving foods.
Not gonna lie, when I was doing this, I realized that I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm a fan. I don't know. I think depending on what you pick, I think I'll be a fan of everything I choose. That'd be pretty funny if we're just like, dude, fuck this. It'd be like, oh, dude, I don't even like Thanksgiving. I actually do really like Thanksgiving, but I don't know. Only some of the foods.
It's
So
pretty
let's see. Last time we did back to school lunch items or best grade school lunch items. Do you recall who went first?
I do not.
You know what? You can go first. You got
That's
this.
great school lunch item.
You won last time, so you get to go first.
Nice. All right, I think for my number one, it's gonna have to be mashed potatoes.
Fuck. I should have gone first. I regret immediately that decision.
Never mind. Actually, I'm going first. Mashed potatoes.
Be like, you know what, everyone, let's disregard the last 30 seconds. I'm going first. We'll cut that part out in the podcast. So I'll go first. Mashed potatoes.
That's like my favorite thing. To
Oh,
get.
agreed. Mashed potatoes is the fucking goat at the fucking table. Like, that is the best one to do. Fuck. Where to go from mashed potatoes is off the board. How do you do, like, this is like,
Cliff, dude.
this is like a draft where you're like, damn, dude, number one's off the board. Just scrambling for now. Who do I pick second pick?
I think there's a pretty close.
No,
one,
there
too.
there is. I am gonna go with mac and cheese. I really like having mac and
Oh.
cheese at, like, I am a very big mac and cheese fan, obviously. So like, I'm sure some people will be like, oh, that's like a basic bitch answer. They're not gonna like that. I'm not gonna
Wow.
jive with some people, but I love mac and cheese, and I love having mac and cheese at Thanksgiving. I honestly think like the sides are definitely my favorite part at. I guess that's
Yeah,
basically just saying I
turkey
don't
hasn't
like
changed
turkey,
over the past few.
but
She's been the same bird. But yeah,
that mac and
no,
cheese
that's a good
is-
one. I
mac
didn't
and cheese is
even
my
think
favorite.
about mac and cheese. Damn, dude.
Yeah, that might be I can see some people being like, "Wow, that's a stupid answer," but we'll see.
Mac and cheese and hot dogs. But,
That would be really funny to add that in there. Be like,
mac and cheese and weenies.
be
my
like
favorite
Kraft mac and cheese and
Thanksgiving.
some hot dogs. That's what I want. Main course.
You're like the 2-year-old there that's getting fed. I've loved this ever since I was.
Like,
two.
I want the hot dogs cut up really nice, and I can dip them in ketchup, and that'll be my main meal.
That's right. I like to give thanks for that meal.
What
Number
is
two,
number two?
I think I'm gonna have to pick is stuffing.
Stuffing. Ooh, see. Yeah, you're gonna fucking win because people are gonna see like, oh, mashed potatoes, oh, stuffing. Tyler actually knows what like Thanksgiving is. And meanwhile, Jason's
Jason's
like
like
mac and
peanut butter and
cheese.
jelly.
My next week's like pizza. They're like, Jason, you're just choosing foods you like.
So that's what I make on Thanksgiving.
They're like, this is a no judgment zone. That's fucking funny as hell. Oh, that's a good question from Emma. So we got a good question related to Thanksgiving. I thought she was about to question my Thanksgiving traditions.
Really, it's mac and cheese. You can't tell.
Oh, I'm fucking dead. I am going to go with. So this is definitely not a common one. I'm gonna probably lose this one, so might as well just go all in. I really like this because my family makes this is Polish sausage, and I fucking love Polish sausage. Why are you laughing, dude?
This is like best Thanksgiving foods. So I do this man's ordering a Portillo's order on DoorDash right now.
No, it's not to clarify, I'm fucking crying, dude. It's not the smoked kind, like a hot dog. It's like the, I don't even know how to describe it.
I mean, either.
I'm fucking dead, dude. Yeah, Emma's judging me. I'm probably gonna get no votes. Oh,
No, you probably
no.
will. All the
Yeah, pity
anti-Thanksgiving
votes.
people out there. Will be
Oh,
like,
fuck, dude, I'm
Stuffing
crying.
is terrible.
This is so funny. People are like, what the fuck does Jason eat at Thanksgiving?
Jason's over here drafting his dream team. Just for a night out, honestly.
Dude, I want to. Oh my god. Oh wait, this is. Oh wait, Kevin, it's not just food I like. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I'm fucking crying. Okay, Tyler, what's your next
Yeah,
pick?
number 3 I have to go is rolls. Some, like,
Rolls.
fresh baked rolls.
Oh yeah, I had like biscuits now. It's like the same thing. That's really good. My next
Like
one is
croissants,
actually
biscuits.
a legitimate Thanksgiving, widely accepted that this is a Thanksgiving dish. But I was gonna
Spaghetti.
wait. What if I'm like,
Everyone has that, right?
who doesn't love their good Thanksgiving chicken McNugget Happy Meal?
Yeah.
No, I'm
The Big
fucking
Mac.
losing it before I even fucking say. I was gonna wait for this one, but I feel like if I don't choose a real Thanksgiving dish soon, people are gonna start to judge me. So I'm gonna choose the sweet potato casserole, which
That's what I was
fucking
expecting you to choose from
love.
the get-go.
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
I probably should have put that higher up. I should have fucking chose Polish sausage last because you're not gonna fucking choose that.
Yeah, you could. There's a safe pick for you. Don't
When
worry.
when I picked that, it would have been great for like, oh shit, and you like cross it out.
Yeah. I think with the pick of sweet potato casserole. Actually,
fuck.
I don't even like sweet potato casserole. But I'll probably have to go with pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin pie is a good one. Oh my god, dude, I'm fucking dead. Okay, I want to pick one, but I feel like people are gonna say it's not Thanksgiving,
Dude.
so I'm not
How
gonna.
many
do it.
more do you have?
No, only-
Jason's like, I
only-
got a list of over 50. I'm like, dude, I barely came up with 10 Thanksgiving
No. I
foods.
have like, I think I have a list of like, I don't know, it's like maybe like 12 or 13, but like, I don't think you're gonna pick this. So I'm gonna do it for 5. My 4th pick, I'm gonna go with apple pie. I really like apple
Nice.
pie. So that's a normal one. My next one, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I feel like it's not that abnormal, but I really like it.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Honestly, I'm just gonna do another one that I like. I'm just gonna say turkey.
Yeah, I'm not a huge.
because-
It's all right. I feel like turkey's like really good. Like I like turkey
It's
lunch
fried.
meat, but it's
Dude,
just
fried
so.
turkey is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But
feel
it's
like
very
Thanksgiving's
dangerous.
like the best. Like Thanksgiving's the only time where I'm like, oh, dude, I could smack some turkey right now. Like that's like the only time.
Dude, I love leftover turkey sandwiches. You take the
Oh,
carved
yeah.
turkey, put
You got it
mayo,
for, like, a
black
while.
pepper. Dude, I literally could
that's
eat
like-
that shit for days.
That's one of the best parts, hands down, of Thanksgiving is you've got some good ass leftovers for at least like a few days. Like, oh, fucking smacks. My last. Ooh. No.
I'm gonna look at your list and be like, this man didn't even choose Thanksgiving. This man's on his own holiday.
A crustable. Be like, oh wait, that was from last week. No, I'm gonna go with. So I feel like, and we'll get into Thanksgiving traditions in a bit, but like usually we'll have like a big family, like extended family gathering. So we'll do turkey and we'll also do ham. Is that weird?
No, that's not.
Okay, good.
That's
Okay,
pretty normal.
All right, so the ham's my next one. I like ham more than
Nachos.
turkey. Yeah, nachos. Everyone pulled out a fucking hot dog, build it your own.
Yeah.
That was my only one that besides the other ones I picked, that I was like, this might
No,
not.
ham is a good one. I
might
feel like
not
there's a
fly.
lot more people switching to ham.
Yeah,
Because
oh,
not
dude.
a lot of people like turkey.
Ham's just so good. I fucking love ham.
You're such a ham. But it's like when that reminded me of the joke when Jason was spending the night here in Denver. He like goes up to Enzo to say goodnight, and he like goes and like gives him a pat and says like good night, buddy. And then like Jason turns, and then like while he's like walking away, I like pat his back. I'm like good night, buddy. He was dying laughing.
Oh my god, this is just
I was like, damn.
derailing. Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. Hopefully everyone listening live is enjoying this as much as we are.
We can go over honorable mentions now, though.
Honorable mentions. I think my honorable mentions are pretty normal. I have. I'll say them, and hopefully they're on your list too. I had green bean casserole as one. I feel like
Yeah.
those are usually pretty good.
Yes.
Biscuits, you had rolls. It's like the same thing. And the only other one I had was like pecan pie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I
that's the
actually
only
never
one I
had pecan pie. I really want to
It's
try
pretty
it.
good. Another thing that like, so Samantha really is awesome at cooking, and she made a sweet potato casserole that she could have because like she has more dietary restrictions. So instead of marshmallows, she did pecans on top, and it fucking smacked. So
Wow.
Samantha, if you're listening or whenever you're listening to this, hopefully it's before Thanksgiving. Please make that again. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
That should have been higher up on the list. I should have put sweet potato casserole like number 1. Fuck.
Yeah, I thought you were, honestly.
Instead, I choose fucking mac and cheese and Polish sausage number 1 and 2. Dude, I fucking
Coming out fighting, dude. I chose like something that's pretty specific to my family, but I feel like a lot of families do this for like any other occasion. Probably do it for Thanksgiving too. Cheesy potatoes.
Oh, dude, cheesy potatoes.
Or
Man.
like, are they called scallop potatoes? Or
I think they're
whatever.
I think they're
two.
technically called scallop, but if you say cheesy potatoes, everyone knows what you're talking about. Those fucking
Okay.
smack.
And then corn casserole,
Oh
or
yeah,
like just corn in general.
corn is good.
And then I personally don't really care for this, but cranberry sauce is usually like the number one
Oh,
thing I
yeah.
see for like Thanksgiving.
I'm not a huge.
But not a big fan of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any like Thanksgiving food to be like left off. Tacos. No, I'm kidding. I just about to list out random fucking food. I don't think. I think
Carne asada.
I will say again. This is one of those where I feel like it's like maybe normal in like Polish or German a little bit more is like pierogies. Like I fucking love pierogies, and we'll usually do pierogies
yeah.
for Thanksgiving, and those are really good.
Yeah,
Sometimes
my family
dumplings too.
Does that.
So those are really good.
Definitely.
So
Well, yeah,
yeah,
we can run back through our list. Jason, you can
Started off
start us off
strong.
with the best Thanksgiving meal.
I basically drafted Dario Saric. Isn't that what his name is? The guy who was drafted like third in front of like, or he maybe was either second or third. Like it was basically LeBron, this guy, and then like Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, all that. I picked that guy. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's
anyways,
hear 'em.
started off hot. I went mac and cheese, Polish sausage, sweet potato casserole, apple pie, and ham.
Nice. And I had mashed potatoes, stuffing, rolls, pumpkin pie, and turkey.
I feel like I was not prepared enough for this because I feel like even though I prepared for this, I was not at all prepared about what order I was going to choose. Because even if you told me to rank the 5 I had, it probably wouldn't be how I ranked them. It'd be like, nope, not even that order.
That's what happens when you close the
It's
game
just a
time.
fucking mess. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking sweating under pressure, throwing out random shit. Probably like fucking 15 seconds from just saying, dude, I fucking swear I have cheese pizza on Thanksgiving. It's just a fucking mess.
Well, I think we saw 2 questions there in the chat.
Oh.
One from Emma, both from Emma, but first one being, do you have any Thanksgiving traditions you do with your family?
Any Thanksgiving traditions? So I'd say the one thing we used to do, we haven't done it in a while, just as we've gotten older and it's harder to get all of us cousins together. But one of the things we used to do growing up was we'd always do like a morning like football game. Why are you laughing, dude?
I'm not, just go ahead.
What? I'm just waiting for you to say some shit and then I'm gonna start laughing. I'm trying to be serious about these traditions.
Yeah.
But in the morning we do like a family football game. So that was a fun way to like kick off the day, literally. And then yeah, just had like a nice little like we usually would do that and like a nice little like breakfast or something like pretty casual, just like fruit or whatever, pretty light. And then we'd go over to someone else's, like one of our other family members' house and have the meal. Why are you laughing?
Go.
That's it. That's it. I don't have anything else to add.
Because I was just gonna say, one of my family's favorite traditions is always forgetting to invite me. Making sure that tradition stays well and alive here. That's why I'm so close to Nancy's family. But no, I'm just kidding.
What if your
I think
tradition
one of
is
the-
like, yeah, I just
one
don't. Yeah, you just say that you're like, I really want to keep this tradition running, but I just don't see my family. Like they're always like, not Tyler, just leave him out.
Yeah. One of my favorite
no.
traditions was, and I think a lot of people do this too, I've seen, is like always having the kids table stay at the kids table from like even when they're like in their 20s.
Oh yeah.
So like a lot of my cousins, we're like the oldest, but like when we're all together, we still all eat together. So like,
I feel like that's pretty.
We're 26, 25 now.
I feel like that's common. We do that too.
Yeah. We don't like get a seat now at the tall table even still. But yeah, there's that tradition. And then there's, whoever's hosting cuts the turkey. And then a tradition in my family at any holiday occasion is just getting absolutely shit-faced. So
Oh yeah.
that's normal.
Do y'all usually watch the football games.
You usually get high too, or does it just shit face?
Yo, can you guys tell we're recording late at night on Tuesday?
Yeah, no, there's usually a football game on. Normally it's like whatever NFC North game is on that day. And if it's not, it's golf. So it's one of those two.
I was about to say, dude, you're about to make sure you turn that football game on because you're gonna be having fucking money on that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Betting on Thanksgiving football is so fun. Wow, what a 5v5! It took many twists and turns that I was not expecting.
Well, that was a question.
That was a question, and we're talking about Thanksgiving. I'm all over the place, dude. Mentally.
The second question we have.
Mentally, the episode is
done.
done.
Go, Jason.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! I can't answer this.
Out of all of your family members, who are you closest to?
The easy cop-out answer is to say Andy because we're closest in age. So I'm closest to him.
Did you hear that, Carter? No, just kidding.
Dude, I can't answer that.
Just went to a comedy show, but that meant nothing.
No, I'm literally saying Andy's closest because he's closest in age. That's all I'm saying.
For doing that,
physically.
My twin sister.
Yeah. It's so hard. I don't know. Are you going to answer this question?
I mean, like, I don't know. There's like close, like your parents. There's like different kinds of closeness. But I'd say who I talk to the most would be like Rachel.
Yeah.
My twin sister. But like the closest as in like, I recently got really close with my grandparents.
Yeah.
When I like lived with them and stuff like that. And like,
yeah.
That's obviously we're making our trip up north to DeKalb to
exactly.
go see them.
Exactly.
So.
Emma, this question was fucking brutal. I don't think I can get.
But it can change over time. There's
yeah, like it ebbs and flows. I mean, I feel like right now, I probably talk to Andy the most right now. Carter's usually in these group chats, but he just doesn't respond because he's too cool for us. But I definitely probably talk to Andy the most normally. But like, and it's one of those things because like Samantha's at college, so like I'll talk to her still, but it's maybe not as frequent because she's always busy doing her thing. But like, I don't know. That's tough. I'm close with all my siblings. I feel very fortunate about that because I know that's not the case for everyone. Getting really sappy now. But yeah, it's hard for me to choose one. Like I can't. But it's definitely like my siblings. If I had to like choose a group, I would say like definitely really close to my siblings. Obviously my parents too, but like siblings are the ones I'm talking to more frequently and all that stuff. They're like, I was just joking with my mom today. She still hasn't come out to like, so they're like, I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half away from me, and she has yet to see my place with furniture in it. Like she's only came here when I moved in, and at that point most of the furniture was not here. Like my living room that I'm sitting in right now was literally not even my couch. Nothing was there. My bed frame, none of that was there. My bar stools, my desk that I'm sitting at, none of this was set up. Literally all I had was a fucking, like the chair I'm sitting in, this office chair, and like a box that I used as like what I was eating off of for like that first few days, and that was it. So it was it was pretty funny. But yeah, she has yet to see my place, so I was joking about that. I was like, my siblings have fucking been here. Andy's been here a bunch, Carter's been here a bunch, Gavin's been here a bunch, Samantha has not. She's been here twice because she's been out in Minnesota, so she's slacking, but she definitely said she wants to come out in December and see all like the Chris Kindle market, all the Christmas stuff. So definitely looking forward to doing that. But damn, Emma, you're really trying to get us in trouble on here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it looks like that's all for our questions.
Yeah, this was a wild ending to the episode, I will say. We learned a lot.
It's been a long one for you guys.
We learned a lot. How long did it? It's been an hour 48. We've been, or maybe no, I think I started a lot. So it's probably been like an hour 40 maybe. But
yeah,
damn, it's pretty late. We're like powering through, dude. I've finished most of my whiskey. I've had some tears. I've had some laughs. What just a holistic episode. And I fucking embarrassed myself with the 5v5. So that's gonna be fucking brutal tomorrow morning, or tomorrow.
No, you'll probably win.
No way. Are you kidding me? You have turkey stuffing, pumpkin pie.
Out of all that. Are you kidding me, dude? You had the most.
Well, no, it's because the first thing I listed was turkey, so that's what I was looking at. It's funny because I listed turkey first, but I literally was like, I'm not picking this. But it's one of those things where like I feel like you pick normal ones, where people are gonna look at mine and be like, "What is this?" I guess that is true, Emma. We did say ask us anything. We did answer it, so I guess we got that.
Gavin asked if you should pack now or tomorrow.
Ooh. Ooh, that is a very good
Tomorrow.
question. And it's a very
That's what I
good
did.
question and a valid question that I will turn right back around to you because I have not started packing.
Tomorrow.
I have actually not finished unpacking. My suitcase is right there. I've not finished unpacking from Denver or Seattle, Portland yet. So I think I'm going to just do it. I'm just doing it tomorrow. But I also have the luxury of I'm sleeping at my place tomorrow. You are coming here after work. So
He's doing laundry.
you do whatever your heart desires. I would do laundry that you need to do today. And then you could always pack tomorrow. Because I feel like packing is something I always just do last minute anyway. Laundry, get that out of the way because laundry fucking sucks.
Well, all right.
And we can always go to Macy's, guy, and we were talking about this too. We can always buy more clothes. Even though I just bought way too much clothes, so I probably shouldn't buy any more.
Lit.
I'm just a shit show over here, dude. Living the dream. Thanks for
All
tuning
right.
in, guys. This was a lot of fun. It's been a fucking minute since we've done a podcast, so I guess we made up for it with a fucking long-ass episode for all of you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We really enjoyed you guys coming in today, being there early for us to have the stream get ready for you and everything going with that. So we appreciate it always, your engagement with us. We look forward to it. We hope to see it continuing on. And again, any questions we always appreciate. I appreciate those questions, Emma. Don't listen to Jason. No. But we hope you guys have a good one. We hope you guys learn something about the Michelin tires, man, and the Michelin stars, and a little bit of wine dabbling from Jason and I. And then we hope you got your Enzo fixed for the week because
Oh,
Lord
yeah.
knows I get it every day.
Absolutely.
So with that, we'd like to send it off and see you guys in the next episode.
Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. We will see you guys in 2 weeks.